DeepSeek v3.1 is not having a moment. By Zvi Mowshowitz, August 22, 2025. What if DeepSeek released a model claiming 66 on SWE and almost no one tried using it? Would it be any good? Would you be able to tell? Or would we get the shortest post of the year? Why we haven't seen V4 or R2? Why are we settling for v3.1 and have yet to see DeepSeek release V4 or R2 yet?
Eleanor Olcott and Zijing Wu. Chinese artificial intelligence company DeepSeek delayed the release of its new model after failing to train it using Huawei's chips, highlighting the limits of Beijing's push to replace U.S. technology. DeepSeek was encouraged by authorities to adopt Huawei's Ascend processor rather than use NVIDIA's systems after releasing its R1 model in January, according to 3 people familiar with the matter. But the Chinese startup encountered persistent technical issues during its R2 training process using Ascend chips, prompting it to use NVIDIA chips for training and Huawei's for inference, said the people. The issues were the main reason the model's launch was delayed from May, said a person with knowledge of the situation, causing it to lose ground to rivals.
The real world so often involves people acting so much stupider than you could write into fiction. America tried to sell China H-20s, and China decided they didn't want them, and now NVIDIA is halting related orders with suppliers. DeepSeek says that the main restriction on their development is lack of compute, and the PRC responds not by helping them get better chips, but by advising them to not use the chips that they have, greatly slowing things down at least for a while. Introducing DeepSeek v3.1. In any case, DeepSeek v3.1 exists now and remarkably few people care.
DeepSeek introducing DeepSeek v3.1, our first step toward the agent era. Rocket emoji, brain emoji, hybrid inference, think and non-think, one model, 2 modes, high voltage emoji, faster thinking, DeepSeek v3.1. Think reaches answers in less time versus DeepSeek R10528, hammer and wrench emoji. Stronger agent skills, post-training boosts tool use and multi-step agent tasks. Try it now. Toggle think, non-think via the Deep Think button. API update, gear emoji. Small blue diamond emoji. DeepSeek chat goes to non-thinking mode. Small blue diamond emoji. DeepSeek reasoner goes to thinking mode. Thread emoji. 128K context for both. Electric plug emoji. Anthropic API format supported. Check mark button emoji. Strict function calling supported in beta API. Rocket emoji. More API resources. Smoother API experience. Tools and agents upgrades. Toolbox emoji. Chart increasing emoji. Better results on SWE, terminal bench. Magnifying glass tilted left emoji. Stronger multi-step reasoning for complex search tasks. High voltage emoji. Big gains in thinking efficiency.
Image. The images show benchmark comparisons between DeepSeek v3.1 and earlier DeepSeek versions across coding, reasoning, and search-related tasks. DeepSeek v3.1 consistently outperforms the other models, with particularly strong results in SWE bench verified, multilingual reasoning, search tasks, and question answering.
DeepSeek. Small blue diamond emoji. v3.1 base. 840B tokens continued pre-training for long context extension on top of V3, small blue diamond emoji, tokenizer and chat template updated, new tokenizer config, link emoji, V3.1 base open source weights, link emoji, V3.1 open source weights, pricing changes, credit card emoji, small blue diamond emoji, new pricing starts and off-peak discounts end at Sep 5th, 2025, 16 Mai UTC time. Small blue diamond emoji. Until then, APIs follow current pricing. Memo emoji, pricing page.
TIOR taxes, for now, seems to have the same performance ceiling as 0528, maybe a bit weaker on some, a bit stronger on other problems. The main change is that it's a unified merge that uses greater than or equal to 2 times fewer reasoning tokens. I take it as a trial balloon before V4 that'll be unified out of the box.
Signs of life. There are some impressive scores here. A true 66 on SWE would be very strong.
Image. The table shows benchmark results for different AI models, with Claude 4 Opus achieving the highest resolution rate at 67.60%, followed closely by GPT-5 at 65.0% and Claude 4 Sonnet at 64.93%. GPT-5 Mini and O3 trail behind with scores of 59.80% and 58.40% respectively.
There's also the weird result where it is claimed to outscore Opus 4 on Aider Polyglot at a low price.
Wes Roth. DeepSeek has quietly published V3.1, a 685 billion parameter open-source model that folds chat, reasoning, and coding into a single architecture, handles 128K token context windows, and posts a 71.6% score on the Aider coding benchmark, edging out Claude Opus 4 while costing approximately 68x less in inference.
But these two data points don't seem backed up by the other reactions, or especially the lack of other reactions, or some other test results. Artificial analysis has it coming in at 60 versus R1's 59, which would be only a small improvement.
Image. The bar chart shows the Artificial Analysis Intelligence Index V2.2 rankings, where GPT-5, High, leads with a score of 69, followed by Grok 4 at 68 and O3 at 67. Other top performers include Gemini 2.5 Pro, Qwen 2.5 570B, and GPT 4.1, while smaller models like Llama 3 and Mistral rank lower, with the lowest score being 36.
Hassan Khan said it hallucinates a lot. Steve Strickland says it's the worst LLM I've even tried, complaining about it failing a mundane task, which presumably was very bad luck. I tried to conduct Twitter polls, but well over 90% of respondents had to click See Results, which left me with only a handful of real responses and means Lizardman constant problems and small sample size invalidate the results, beyond confirming no one is looking, and the different polls don't entirely agree with each other as a result. If this were most open model companies, I would treat this lack of reaction as indicating there was nothing here, that they likely targeted SWE as a benchmark, and move on. Since it is DeepSeek, I give them more credit than that, but I'm still going to assume this is only a small, incremental upgrade that does not change the overall picture. However, if 3.1 really was at 66 level for real in practice, it has been several days now and people would likely be shouting it from the rooftops. They're not. How should we update? Even if no one finds anything to do with it, I don't downgrade DeepSeek much for 3.1 not impressing compared to if they hadn't released anything. It's fine to do incremental improvements. They should do a V3.1 here. The dumbest style of reaction is when a company offers an incremental improvement, see GPT-5, and people think that means it's all over for them or for AI in general, because it didn't sufficiently blow them away. Chill out. It's also not fair to fully pin this on DeepSeek when they were forced to do a lot of their training this year on Huawei Ascend chips rather than NVIDIA chips, assuming, that is, they are going to be allowed to switch back. Either way, the clock is ticking on V4 and R2.
This has been an episode of the Don't Worry About the Vase podcast. If you enjoyed this podcast, please visit thezv.substack.com to support the author. If you enjoy having AI-narrated episodes, please note this is a listener-supported podcast. To receive new posts and support the cost of creation, consider becoming a subscriber at dwatvpodcast.substack.com. Thanks for listening.